morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Koji Jeff Ezaki, the resident minister of the Haleiwa Jodo Mission Buddhist Temple. Thank you for tuning on my YouTube channel. Today is October 4th, 2020, and we are observing October's family service via YouTube. Today is our normal service called Family Service. I appreciate if you send this video's URL to your children, parents, siblings, aunties and uncles, and also to your friends and neighbors. I'm happy if you share this movie to as many people and hope the people watch and enjoy this service. Similar to the previous virtual services, this video is also pre-recorded and edited a few days before October 4th. If you enjoy this movie, don't forget to click like. Your like motivates me to make another virtual service, so tanomimasu. Did you watch my last virtual service, the Higan service on September 6th? If you missed it, please check it out after this service. In that movie, I added special short movies of my family singing the goeka, Japanese choir, and making ohagi, Japanese sweets. Because I'm getting accustomed at editing the movies, I wanted to add something fun to share with you. Chanting the sutras, singing the gathas, and reading the verses are very important elements to improve us spiritually. But I always think we need some kind of spice to understand and get interested in what we are doing. To me, it is very important to let everybody know the Japanese traditional cultures, the Buddhist rituals, and our temple's regular activities in the virtual services. Today, yes, as you may have expected, again, I added a fun clip at the end of this video. Today's fun short movie will be a virtual Kokuwa Day. Haleiwa Jodo Mission Buddhist Temple observes Kokuwa Day every second Sunday each month at 8 a.m. Unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 spread in Hawaii, the last Kokuwa Day we gathered was on March 8th. That was the last Kokuwa Day. We have not had one since then. It has been 7 months already. Kokuwa Day is a day when temple members get together to clean and fix the temple yards and facilities. We wipe windows, cut hedges, mow lawns, and fix needed areas such as termite-eaten doors, change light bulbs, and paint buildings if needed. Haleiwa Jodo Mission Buddhist Temple has been here since 1912 because of member support. Remember, all temples cannot survive without temple members' help. Don't forget, you are the most important person for the temple. In today's Kokuwa Day short movie at the end of this service shows my wife Tomomi, my daughters Miku and Sae, and little bit myself. You know, it is said that women work harder than men. I guess everybody agree with me, right? Actually, my family members worked harder than me in this video clip. So that clip shows glimpse of what we do during the Kokuwa Day, monthly Kokuwa Day. So please enjoy today's virtual service as well as the special fun short movie, and may your faith deepen toward Buddhism. Before we start, please light your stick incense or candles if you have one at this time. Okay, let's get started with the October family service. Start with reading the invocation and singing the Vandana and Ti-Sarana. Amida Buddha, the awakened one, the compassionate one, we ask for your guidance on this happy day. Lead us from the numbness of routine and from all bitterness of heart to a peaceful place of compassion and wisdom. Grant us the strength and abiding consciousness to walk together harmoniously in our temple and our community. Help us to always remember that life is one, therefore that all living things coexist and are interconnected, and that your infinite light of compassion shines upon the hearts of everyone. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. The Buddha teaches us that we may become pure and holy by following the rules he laid down for us. Let us repeat them and also remember at all times what they mean. First, right understanding. Let us learn and try to understand the truth. Second, right purpose. Let us try always to do what is right. Third, right speech. Let us be truthful and kind in all we say. Fourth, right conduct. Let us try to behave ourselves at all times. Fifth, right livelihood. Let us earn our living in a way which will not harm anyone. Sixth, right endeavor. Let us constantly try to become better. Seventh, right thought. Let us cherish our thoughts because our words and our actions arise from our thoughts. if right meditation, let us think often of Amida Buddha and repeat the sacred name, Namu Amida Butsu. May the sacred presence of Amida, who said he would, by his teaching, be our guide. May we follow his glorious example and tread with unfaltering steps this noble path until we too shall attain enlightenment. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends on my happiness or misery. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namu Amida Butsu. To the Buddha who promised to be present in his teaching, we pledge our loyalty and devotion. We dedicate our thoughts, words, and deeds to his service and the way of life he led down for us. We resolve to follow his example and to have reverence for our religion, respect for our parents and teachers, and love for all forms of life. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. 光明返上実法世界念仏主上摂取者ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブ願にし功徳平等性一切同発菩提心往生安楽国ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブツナムアミダブ Again, good morning everyone. Thank you for watching the family service for October. Today, I'm going to talk about fasting. When you hear the word fasting, what do you imagine? You may think, fasting is healthy? Unhealthy? Can I do it? Is it safe? Why do people do fast? How do I start? Many questions and opinions will come to your mind. I would say fasting affects you good and bad depending on your current health condition. It is good or bad depending on what kinds of fasting you choose and also on your purpose and motivation. I have studied fasting since February of this year for over 6 months. I would like to explain what kind of fasting I'm doing, reason why, and my opinion on my experience on fasting. The method I chose during the past 6 months is one-day fasting. I always do a fasting on Mondays, so I call this Fasting Monday. I do not eat any solid food on Mondays. I eat a Sunday dinner, and the next meal will be a Tuesday lunch. So strictly speaking, I starve for about 40 hours. This has continued from February till today. The reason I started fasting is to give the digestion a rest. I researched before I started and found that we humans, not only humans but all creatures, consume a lot of energy to digest food we eat. It is said that the food we eat stays in our stomach for 3 hours, 3 to 5 hours, in the intestines for 5 to 8 hours, and excreted 40 hours later. During this period, our stomach and intestines are hard at work without resting. So how often do you eat food between meals? I said the food stays in our stomach for about 5 hours. Say you eat breakfast at 7 a.m., lunch at 12 noon, and dinner around 6 p.m. Don't forget about the snacks in between meals: cakes, pastries, ice creams, potato chips. Some people eat hamburgers and French fries for snack between meals. Some eat cup ramen for nighttime snack after dinner. The food eaten are still in our stomach, yet we sometimes consume more food into our stomach. There's no enough time for the previous foods to be digested. Do you know when humans started to eat meals 3 times a day? It is said that it was in the 16th century when we started to eat breakfast. Before that, humans just ate lunch and dinner. I would say humans ate an early lunch and early dinner and sleep early in ancient times. Around the 16th century, the concept of employment started. Employers had to control employees' work and time. So the meal before work became necessary for the workers for their long day. Before humans established the concept of employment, people just woke up and worked their own jobs, farming or pasturing, and ate meals when they felt hungry. How about millions of years ago? In the Stone Age, they ate only when they got food. If they didn't have any food, they were patient until they caught their next meal. Modern people ate too much in the human's long history. So how did Shakyamuni regarded fasting? Let's think about fasting from a Buddhist viewpoint. Before Shakyamuni got enlightened and found Buddhism, there was no Buddhism. The main religion at that time was Brahmanism. In Brahmanism, it's an ancient religion in India. It was believed that fasting was a very important practice to achieve enlightenment. Several food, control our mind, expel attachment from the worldly desire, and attain spiritual happiness. This process was the main practice in Brahmanism. Shakyamuni followed this he stopped eating and did meditation for many days. He almost died in hunger. As he lay in a fainting condition by the side of the stream, too weak to even lean over, a young girl appeared and offered him some milk. This offering regained Shakyamuni's energy. It was then he realized that the ascetic practice which he treated his body with cruelty is in vain to get enlightened. Shakyamuni found moderation or living moderate is the best way to get enlightened. Seeing that extreme fasting is a negative practice in Buddhism, Shakyamuni thought both extreme fasting and extreme eating would harm our body and mind. He then made many rules for meals. When we go to Thailand, we can still see the rule that Shakyamuni ordered. The monks there are prohibited from eating food after 12 noon. Their meals are 2 times a day, breakfast and lunch, because the monks' activities start early. They must finish their 2 meals before noon. After 12 noon, they are allowed only drinking, such as water, tea, and fruit juice. After 12 noon, they fast until next morning. Buddhist monks in Japan a couple hundred years ago also didn't eat meals in the afternoon. Saint Honen, our Jodo founder, about 800 years ago in Japan, would put hot stones on their bodies to warm up when they became sick. Later, they were allowed to eat okayu or rice porridge to warm their bodies instead of placing hot stones on their body. Derived from that custom, we still say dinner as yakuseki, meaning medical stone in Buddhism. The ideal dinner we should eat in the afternoon would be something light or hot soup for helping our digestion. Now, I recommend you try fasting if you have an interest in my message. The way of fasting is valid. There are 5 days fasting, 3 days fasting, 1 day fasting, and so on. I selected and have been doing the 1 day fasting because the multiple days fasting follows a strict schedule. Preparation from a day before and eating recovery food is needed just to return to normal life. We also must get counsel by our own family doctor. It is very humbug to do 3 days or 5 days fasting. But if it is only for 1 day without eating, I don't need to worry too much about my health condition. However, that being said, I don't recommend 1 day fasting because we sometimes get irritated or cannot sleep during the night when we feel really hungry. My suggestion for you is 16 hours fasting every day. After you finish dinner at 8 p.m., don't eat anything until next lunch at 12 noon. The span of dinner and lunch is 16 hours. Of course, you can eat anything for your meal. There is no restriction for food. I know some of you work late and cannot finish dinner by 8 p.m. In this case, just incorporate 16 hours food free between dinner and lunch in your work schedule and lifestyle. The important thing is to give your stomach 16 hours digestion. The reason of 16 hours is from the regime of Thailand's Buddhist monks. They don't eat from 12 noon to the next breakfast. This is about 16 hours. If you want to try, type in 16 hours fasting on Google. You can get a lot of information about 16 hours fasting. Okay, good luck. So our bodies are made that the white blood cells work actively and improve our immune system when we feel hungry. Study shows being hungry can improve our health. If you don't eat anything for about 16 hours and give rest to your stomach, your next meal will be wonderful. My Tuesday lunch every week are wonderful. Even I eat oatmeals. The taste after fasting is incredible. Our sense of appreciation also will be improved. I will continue my fasting Monday for a few more months. So those who try 16 hours fasting or one-day fasting, please share your experience with me when you come to the temple. Let us live in moderation, the middle way, as Shakyamuni taught us. Thank you very much for participating in today's virtual family service. Finally, next is a short fun movie of October's virtual Kokuwa Day. Because of the pandemic, this Kokuwa Day shows of my family cleaning and having lunch after. I hope we can get back to the normal monthly participation with temple members soon. So please enjoy the video clip. But before, let us all put our hands together in Gassho and recite Amida Buddha's sacred name, Namu Amida Butsu, 10 times together. 如来大慈悲哀民5年度小10年ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブツナムアミダブ Thank you and mahalo. Amida Buddha surrounds all men in all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Particularly does he send forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to those in doubt and ignorance, to those who are striving to attain truth, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change called death. Amida Buddha sends forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu.
Today is Kokuwa Day!
field is now much brighter. I'm totally tired.
Lunchtime.